try pause this one. Today we're going to review the Tenways CGO800s commuter style electric bike. This is a belt drive 250 watt hub drive motor, and that Gates belt drive runs through a torque sensor for a ultra smooth power delivery. The whole bike only weighs about 50 pounds and it comes in at about $2,000, but at the time of this video it is on sale. You can click the link below the video to see the current price. Is that what I think it is? No, not pizza. It's a Cell Royal saddle with a good width. Seems comfy, we'll have to try it. And it's got the display integrated right here. Let's get this thing out of the box. Comes with two boxes, manual, tools, charger, and battery comes in a separate box. First look at the belt drive, carbon drive CDX. Here's where you detach the frame if you ever need to do any maintenance on the belt drive, which shouldn't be much of a concern. That's the point of these belt drives. They're low maintenance, and it's a Gates carbon belt drive. This is a bit more of a premium product than we're used to seeing on this channel. Rear rack, it's already on there, and it has a light. Aluminum fenders. Dude, even the packaging material, like the plastics feel just more premium, if that makes sense. And instead of zip ties, they use Velcro. Let's look at the motor. So the US version of this bike is actually rated for 350 watts. It's a 36 volt system. Motor is very small and discreet. Let's take a look at the battery. Is that color coded? Battery is relatively small and perfectly color matches the frame. 36 volt, 10.4 amp hour, 374 watt hours of energy. Charger is packaged well. It's actually a 3 amp charger. So if you ran the battery down to zero, it'd take about 3.5 hours to charge to full. Pedals are somewhat interesting. There's some like sandpaper grip here and then also little grooves to help get you more grip. They are a plastic pedal and like a little bit of like a groovy shape down the middle. Got a little twist. And reflectors. Tools come laid out nicely. Oops. Despite the fancy packaging, basic reflectors. Oh, nice little pump. Air pump, I think. Right? Yes. You get this style way to inflate the tube. Watch this. This pump is compatible. It's called a Presta instead of a Schrader. Presta's common on like road bike style wheels, which are typically like 700C wheels, which is what we have on this bike. 700C by 48C, aka 28 inches tall by 2 inches wide, and this tread is street friendly. Classic Zeppelin XL. They definitely got some meat on them to make the ride comfortable. The rotors are 160 millimeters, drilled and slotted. Of course, it's gonna be hydraulic brakes. Oh man, gotta put the kickstand on myself. It's an adjustable kickstand. Check out the brakes. Tektro hydraulic, the good stuff. Round, leather feeling grips, probably faux leather. They are held in place with a bolt. Pedal assist adjustments on the left. The right side, you get a bell, headlights, on, off. No throttle on this bike. No cheating on this one, we're getting some exercise. And the handlebars will sweep back a little bit and they have a little bit of a rise. Peekaboo of the front suspension. Suntour Nex E25. This much travel, no adjustments. They're keeping this bike simple. Lightweight minimalist headlight. The wires for the controls actually run into the handlebars. Pretty clean looking wiring situation. Even the keys have a bit of a premium look to them. Yeah, dude, everything about this bike, including the manual, just feels kind of premium. Most of the time these manuals are barely even written in English. This one has color codes for what size hex wrench to use. It's got a quick release lever on the front wheel as well as the seat. Here we can see this is actually a Gates carbon drive belt drive. Not all belt drive bikes actually come with a Gates carbon drive belt. That's the good one there. This one should last quite a long time. I'm starting to get the feel that this is a buy once, cry once kind of bike. And of course, Tektro calipers to go with the Tektro brakes. Slotted rotors, 160 millimeter rotor on the rear. Drop the battery in. Locks in. Let's take a look at this screen. Looks like this button will power it on. We got Tenways password. Beautiful screen, very crisp display. See, we get battery percentage. Default password is zeros. All right, that's a clean looking display if I've ever seen one. So we're gonna have to switch these kilometers over to miles. Get our adjustments right here. 5 levels of pedal assist, boost, power, yada, yada, yada. Trip, odometer, battery information. What's that mean? Oh, so it shows you actually how many cycles the battery has had and what the actual voltage of the battery is, so you can get an accurate readout. This is a 36 volt battery charged up to, I think 42 would be max. So you get a range estimate too. What is the battery information? Oh, so you can Change your wheel size, speed limit setting. All right, now we're talking. 32 kilometers an hour out of the box. We'll just leave it at 32 for now and check it out later. Okay, what's it go up to? 40 kilometers max. Backlight setting, display unit. Now we're talking miles. Don't really want to mess with the password. 19.8 is what they give you out of the box, and you can move it all the way to 25 miles per hour. We'll leave it default for now, but we'll switch it in a bit. Then you get headlight settings. Looks like a high and a low. So you hold the high, it turns it on. So decent headlight. Also turns on the rear light. Is it a brake light? No, not. Really surprising, it's not a brake light. All the other bells and whistles this has. So to turn it off, you just hold it for about a second. Yeah, no brake light. And no throttle on this bike, set to 20 miles per hour. That would be class 1 here in the States.
Is this the size of most tires? Because they seem like they're really tall.
They are taller, actually. Good observation.
Very like sleek design.
What a 6'5" dude looks like it on this bike. Seat is on max. Let's try minimum. Here's minimum. Not too bad in terms of weight. It's reaching max speed. All right, is the ride as nice as the packaging? Keep thinking this is a touch screen, but it's not. Of course, we're gonna start the Strava and check our distance. And this bike is not meant to climb hills, but I'm gonna show you how it does on the 20% grade. There are no gears on this bike. It's only 350 watt motor, and there's no throttle either. It's all out effort pretty much. We can make it up. If you're looking for a bike to climb hills, I wouldn't really recommend a single speed bike, and also not a bike that has like a low power amount. We'll try it on some more reasonable hills here in a little bit. The manufacturer does not claim you can do the 20% grade. I just do that on all my review tests. I do it for you as a stress test so you can compare and contrast other bikes on my channel. So really what this bike is good for is city cruising. So let's get out for a city cruise. I'm tracking this ride on Strava, but there is an app that comes with this bike. Looks like that app pretty much does the same thing as what Strava does. It just tracks your distance and stuff. Doesn't really have like any other features from what I can see. So first impressions getting on this bike. It's a nice riding bike. I like the tall wheels and the relatively smaller, thinner tires. They've got a little bit of meat to them. The riding position on this bike is like upright, relaxed, swept back handlebars. This is a comfy bike to ride. I saw Tenways does have a new line of bikes. I wanted to review this one because the riding position just seemed more comfortable. Let's go ahead and feel that torque sensor out now. So I have it on pedal assist 5. So the harder I pedal on this one, it's giving me more feedback pretty much based on how hard I'm pedaling. And it kind of makes you work for it a little bit, man. Even on pedal assist 5, like I feel like I'm putting in like a decent effort here, and I'm going 16 miles an hour. It's a very quiet motor. Ride feels really nice. That Gates carbon belt drive is silky smooth. Genuinely a nice feeling riding bike. I was able to pedal through that corner without any pedal strike on the ground, so that's good. Let's bump it on down a little bit. So 5 is the max. Let's put it on 0, gives you nothing. And it's an e-bike, so it's heavy without any pedal assist. Let's try 1. Yeah, if you want to get a good workout in on this bike, probably can. I don't know what this M button is doing. So the displays, you don't really get access to much data. How do I tab through? Let's try pedal assist 2. Normal. This bike really makes you work for it on the pedal assist modes. Once you get to 3 though, you feel like a decent assist. I'll probably be just riding this thing on 5, honestly. Yeah, it makes you exercise for it a bit. We're getting up to pedal assist 5. Seat is comfy, it's wide, but not too wide. And of course, step through frame makes it easy to get on. I just put it on max setting, so let's feel it out. I got the seat up a little bit higher and it makes it a little easier to put some power down to the pedals, so I'll get out for a little exercise today on a longer ride. Torque sensor is feeling. I really wish it gave like a power display, power output on here so I could really see what's going on there with the battery and the motor and stuff. And really right now, I'm wishing on pedal assist 5 it gave you a little more help. I could see why they wouldn't want to give you a lot of help though, because the battery on this bike is pretty small. So, you know, you can burn through that battery kind of quick if it's helping you out a bunch. Get out on the road. Oh man, I'm so used to relying on the thumb throttle lately that it's kind of a bummer not having a thumb throttle, but I get it. This is how you get your exercise in. Some fresh new pavement here, man. That's excellent, because there are some pretty gnarly potholes here I was always looking out for. I didn't want to crash here. So we're hitting 21. It'll cut you off right around 21. I was on a downhill. But if you want to go 21, man, they make you work for it on this bike. I'm gonna have to stop today, man. This thing's not fast enough to merge into traffic. So from a stop, give me some power. It'd be nice, you know, if it had gears, but it's just a trade-off. By having that belt drive, you're gonna have like a smoother feeling drivetrain, and then also less maintenance. I just realized I should not really be in traffic on this bike. It's just not fast enough. Well, here I am. Step through though, man. It's got the step through, so that's nice. And at 6'5", I actually feel like this bike fits me pretty decent. Yeah, I just gotta press on that torque sensor pedal a little bit and it'll give you some power. After relying on those thumb throttles so much lately, probably going to be pretty sore after riding this one, because it does ask you to put in some power of your own. I should not have went this way. All right, here we go. Oh, B just hit me. Yeah, the seat on this bike's comfortable riding position, upright, laid back. You can just kind of get a little bit of weight up over the pedals. To me, this bike feels right, just cruising at it about 13 miles an hour. It's a city cruiser, man. So being that there is no thumb throttle, you really can't do like a 0 to 20 acceleration test. Obviously, it's just gonna depend on how hard I pedal, but let's just put in a little bit of work here. Yeah. So gearing, you gotta put in some power to get it rolling. But here we go. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Then the motor cuts you off, man. Speedometer is pretty accurate. Man, I can feel my hammies working though, man. Okay, so the muscles I feel like this is working on my body is like my hamstrings due to riding position. I want to raise the seat up a bit more. I'm going to raise it beyond the max insertion point. Yeah, there we go. It'll just help me get a little more power down to the pedals. So I feel like I'm struggling to push down as much power as I kind of need to. There we go. See how this feels now. Up out of the saddle. Oh yeah, that's a little better. Oh man, I'm honestly a little frustrated by how hard it's making me work to get power and get any speed going on this bike. Oh, here we are. So first impressions, if you're looking for a bike that's gonna make you get some exercise, this is definitely an option for you. It's gonna make you work for it. Let's try this hill. First medium grade hill. Rolling into a pedal assist 5, pedal it a little bit here. It's bringing us up, losing speed back down to 13. Feel the brake levers as we're rolling into traffic. Are they gonna work? I got a bet in still. Roll, 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 roll. I'm noticing all that tech they got built into the pedals is actually helping my feet grip, which you do need your feet to grip as you're pedaling this bike. It's got that sandpaper and then those little spikes kind of sticking up. You know, man, I'm starting to get into it a little bit. It makes you work for it, but it's rewarding. Get those endorphins flowing. Like, I feel like I'm getting like a cardiovascular workout in, which is not always the case when I'm on these bikes, man. The ones that have the throttles, I tend to really rely on the throttle, and then the cadence sensor ones, they're just not as smooth as the torque sensors. This is a nice torque sensor on this bike. I recently reviewed a bike that the torque sensor didn't really feel so great. The last one I reviewed, I felt like it was a little like twitchy below about, you know, when you're putting like just a little bit of power into it. This one doesn't feel twitchy at all. But on the converse side of that is kind of what I've been talking about all the way up until now, is it kind of makes you put in some work for your power. Oh man, these are big wheels. They handle differently than like a 26-inch tire or a 20-inch tire either. But even compared to like the typical like 26-inch wheel I've been reviewing a lot of, these ones just have a different feel to them. I know, really helpful, right? Dude, for the way that this bike delivers power, I kind of feel like there should have some gears or something, because like it's just like I have to push like pretty hard. Like I want to like downshift some gears right now, or I want the motor to help me more on max pedal assist. I don't know, maybe I'm just lazy. Dude, at this point I'm honestly just kind of wondering why not just have a bike that doesn't have a motor or a battery at all for how little this thing wants to help me. All right, man, I get it. Just cruising out here at 10 miles an hour. It's a city cruiser, not the city speedster. I think I've just gotten really accustomed to going really fast on these like 750 watt bikes I review. This is 350 watts. It's gentle, approachable, definitely a very smooth feeling drivetrain, and it's a comfortable riding position. Pretty sleek little bike, I guess. It's got fenders. Whoa, what was that, dude? That was like, What in the world is this stuff? It is not looking good. That is not water. I don't know what I just ran over, but I'm glad the fenders were there. All right, this bike we're on has got to be more comfortable than a bike with no seat. You know, man, the more I ride this thing, the more I'm starting to like it, actually. The upright riding position, it makes it like comfortable. Like I'm not like leaned forward on the handlebars at all, but it kind of like allows me something to kind of grip onto and then like just put some power down through my legs. I get the feeling on this bike, your first couple rides are going to be challenging to you, but you're going to start to develop those particular hammy muscles back there to start to go ham on this thing a little bit, put down some power. There's a thumb throttle though. I'd be smashing that right now. You know, this thing doesn't feel terrible riding on the boardwalk. I think it's these bigger 700C tires helps it out. These tires I can sneak on through there. I feel like confident in like where I can place these tires. They're just kind of like more nimble than these fat tire bikes I'm used to reviewing. Precision. All right, we're gonna do 2 more hill tests, a brake test, and then final range. Ooh, man, it's making it up, but this, I wish I had gears for this. I'm gonna stand up on the pedals. Like it can kind of just like barely do it with like a pretty strong effort. Like I feel the motor working, but I had to like really stand on the pedals to get that torque sensor to give me the power I needed. Going down's a different story though, man. Feel alive a little bit finally. Woo. Man, at some point they built a mountain over here when I wasn't watching. Oh snap, does it have auto headlights or anything? I don't think so. Press these buttons. I mean, it's light time. I can't tell if they're turning on or off. Wait a second, is this turn signals? Dude, I'm pressing on these light buttons. It's turning on like left and right. Wow, it does have turn signals. Can you guys see that? Flip it to the other one. Dude, this bike straight up has turn signals. I mean, I don't know if anybody would like see that really from a distance, but it exists. And here's what it looks like from back here. Right signal, then you hold the front light button to turn on the light. No signals on the front though. Looks like a nice little party. All right guys, time to do the California incline on the Tenways. Oh, this is gonna be a workout. Fortunately, there's gonna be a little bit of a tailwind. I'm gonna try and give myself every advantage I can going into this. A little bit of speed. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. I'm gonna stand up on the pedals. It's actually getting us up, man. Better than I thought it was. Watch out for that dog doo-doo though. I mean, you gotta really put in a little bit of effort though to make that happen. Let's try this part of the California incline now. Coming around the corner. Yeah, these tires are pretty nimble and very city friendly. Get back up out of the saddle, get this thing moving. I'll sit down for a second. Gotta keep that power going. We're on pedal assist 5. Obviously, I wouldn't want to do this any other way. I really wish I could see how much power the bike's giving me. But we're actually going 13 miles and 12 miles an hour. We can do the California incline, 12% grade. We're gonna climb 85 feet, 85 vertical feet that is. You can see the ocean on down there. Woo! Check the battery life at the top. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, it can climb a 12% grade just fine, actually. Just as long as you don't get anything too super steep like my parking garage hill. That's 20%. It wasn't too bad, actually. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder. So we were just down there. So battery percentage is reading out at 73% right now. We're 50 minutes into this ride and 9 miles so far. Wonder how fast you can go on a downhill. Yeah, still pretty much 20. I got a pretty strong headwind going downhill. The motor's not helping me really, I don't think anymore. 20, 23 almost. Time for a brake test. All right, let's do a brake test from 20. These brakes are gonna be good, man. I already know they're hydraulic. Whoa. Very decent. I mean, hydraulic, they're smooth. They're all the brake you'd want in a bike. They've got the Tektro hydraulic levers and 160 millimeter rotors is all you need on a bike like this. Uno mas. These are kind of fun to play with, actually. Yeah, I can get that back wheel off the ground. I can get the back wheel to come up a little bit. It's a fun little bike to play around on. All right guys, quick little final thoughts on the Tenways CGO800s. So for a city commuter, I think this actually makes a good bike. And if you don't have any hills that are steeper than like 12% grade, you should be good. It is on sale right now, and if you do want to grab one, you can click the link below this video in the description box. Purchase through that link and it would help support my reviews here on Tail Happy TV. I do kind of wish the torque sensor gave you a little bit more power, but as I'm riding this bike more and more, I'm kind of just getting used to it. It just kind of makes you work for it. Paired up with the fact that there is no thumb throttle at all, you're definitely going to get some exercise. With the belt drive, it is a very smooth feeling ride, and I really enjoy the riding position. With these swept back handlebars, makes a big difference in the upright riding geometry. And the bike is not on sale. It definitely comes at a premium price, but as I mentioned, it is on sale right now, which you can check the price below this video. Company claims you can get 100 kilometers of range, which is 62 miles. Let's head on home and see what I get on Pedal Assist 5 today. That's smooth. Look at that footwork. Wow. One other thing I'd like to point out about this bike is it does not have brake cutoff sensors, so I can pull in the levers. The motor will still give me power, which is actually, I think, a good thing. I prefer that, especially on these lower power bikes. It helps you kind of, like if you need to go into a turn and use your brakes and apply power at the same time for stability, it helps you kind of wind and weave. Just gives you a little more control over the bike in situations like this. You don't get that jerky sensation. It's good. And with a 350 watt motor, this bike will be legal to ride in more places than not. If you buy this bike, you're probably going to find yourself cruising at about 13 or 14 miles an hour. Beyond that, you gotta put in a decent amount of effort on Pedal Assist 5. Can we make the light? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, buddy. Just in time. I always hate riding right here. Right, dudes, just rolling back into the neighborhood at 16.6 miles, hour and 30 minutes of riding, average speed of 10.6, and it's showing 57% remaining on the battery. So burned through roughly half the battery. So the way I've been riding this thing on like Pedal Assist 5, I'd probably be good for 30 to 40 miles maybe. If you want to grab one, you can click the link below this video. However, if this is not your cup of tea, you can watch this video next. Thanks for watching, guys. Give me a thumbs up, drop a comment. Catch you next time.